Here's a thought that has been concerning me for a while now. In a fight, who would win? Jujutsu Kaisen's Mahito or My Hero Academia's Shigiraki? I mean, they both have a very similar skill set and are both very well-written villains. So why not compare them? But no, this doesn't mean I'm becoming a power scaling YouTuber. I was just extremely curious about this particular matchup. As always, if you enjoy what you see, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. I really wanted to go into the manga versions of this character just to use their newest skills, but for this video, we're gonna stick with what we have seen in the anime. If you'd like the manga versions matched up, let me know in the comments, because let me tell you, that would be a very spicy fight. Anyways, to get us started here, let's talk about the skills that these individual characters have. We will start with Mahito. Mahito is a special grade curse spirit with the curse technique Idle Transfiguration. Idle Transfiguration allows Mahito to reshape souls, including his own. Basically, he can turn you into a monstrosity that can't defy his will. He can essentially kill you in one touch. With the ability to reshape his own soul, he can change his limbs into weapons, shrink, grow wings, adapt his body to pretty much any situation, even allowing himself to boost his speed or turn into a pile of goo. For the initial part of fights, Mahito likes to start by making you fight transfigured humans that he stored on himself. Albeit, they aren't extremely dangerous, they can cause a heavy distraction. Last among his skills shown so far in the anime is his domain expansion, self-embodiment of perfection, which creates an environment where he is automatically connected with the souls of anyone inside, making them open to being transfigured without him actually having to touch them. As explained, domain expansion basically guarantees a hit, and the only way to cancel out a domain is by creating your own domain, or with a large amount of power, breaking out of it. As said earlier though, Mahito's strength, durability, and speed are off the charts due to his curse technique, being able to heal limbs that have been cut off, increasing the strength and shape of his legs to increase speed, and doing the same for his body. Along with this though, Mahito is highly intelligent, accurately being able to deduce enemy skills after a few exchanges, and even being able to deduce that someone is investigating him to set traps for them. Mahito isn't a threat to be taken lightly, but it doesn't mean he's invincible. If you are able to attack his soul, you can do damage to him. It doesn't help that Mahito is still young and his mindset is still less mature. He likes to toy with his prey before finishing them off, giving a strong enough opponent time to finish the fight quickly. And then we have the fact that using domain expansion uses a large amount of cursed energy, so if you are able to escape, you now have the advantage.
Hey, what's up guys, Heavenly Weeb here. So let's talk about Shigiraki. Shigiraki is the leader of the League of Villains and the successor to All for One, a position he's been trained for his entire life. Now, Shigiraki's quirk is Decay, which essentially means that anything he touches with all 5 of his fingers will instantly turn to dust. Just for the sake of the argument, we are going to assume Decay to have the ability to touch souls, or more so destroy souls, to help even this fight up a bit. Now, just because he's skinny, pale, and at times has serious anger management issues, this shouldn't be at all mistaken for shortcomings or weaknesses when it comes to intellect. In fact, one of his biggest assets in the series, next to his quirk, is his analytical and sharp mind, as he, just like Mahito, is able to deduce his opponent's abilities simply by observing them in action. But it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that Shigaraki surpasses Mahito when it comes to a battle of wits, where Shigaraki is usually calmer and more analytical in action. Now, in the anime, we haven't seen the full extent of his abilities yet. He is still an opponent to be feared, as he was able to go toe-to-toe with the likes of the quirk-erasing Aizawa and our main character Deku. And we don't have much to go off on when it comes to his actual strength and speed, but again, he was able to appear in what seemed like an instant before Tsuyu. And that's really all there is to Shigaraki if we're talking about an anime version only fight between these two characters. Thanks again for having me on, Axie, and I will see you all next time.
Thank you for that on Shigiraki, Heavenly Weeb. If y'all are unaware, Heavenly Weeb also makes anime-related content, and I would highly recommend you go subscribe to him as well. He makes A+ content. But, honestly, this fight looks like it's heavily leaning in favor of Mahito. He seems to outclass Shigiraki in just about every area besides intelligence and maturity. And for anime Shigiraki, that may work out in his favor. Let's say Mahito transfigures some nearby humans to attack Shigiraki. Shigiraki could simply decay the transfigured humans and go in for the attack. But he's going to notice that Mahito requires touch to transform his opponents. His best bet at this point is to avoid showing off his ability and getting in close to Mahito to try to get in the first touch. And out of every way to look at this fight, that seems like the only chance Shigaraki has. If Mahito becomes aware of Shigaraki's skill, then he knows all he has to do is touch him first or use domain expansion. Using Mahito's immaturity is going to be the only way for Shigaraki to win at this point. But if Mahito gets serious and uses domain expansion, it's all over. Basically, Shigaraki has a chance to win as long as he plays his cards right and uses his intelligence to his advantage. This fight, though, becomes a lot harder to predict the winners and requires a lot more research when it comes down to their manga counterparts. But that's for another time.